couple, but I'm a good debater. Andrew's a good debater. Andrew's one of the best debaters, but he's also an amazing planner, coordinator. He has an eye for building a community like I've never seen. I have everything that my channel is right now when it comes to the growth that I've received since I've gone full-time. Everything is literally either directly modeled from Andrew's channel or through him telling me to do things that are slightly different in person, telling me what to do. So I owe 90% of my channel's success to Andrew. I toiled away for years. Andrew used to tell me shit. He'd be like, listen, dude, what are you doing? Like, you're getting blacklisted. These fuckers are screwing with you. You're getting mass reported. I didn't believe it. All of a sudden, bam, 13 videos removed. 2 community strikes within a 10-minute period over nothing. He said, you got to be careful. You got to be careful who you're going on with. These fuckers are trying to take you down in this because I was sort of on the Twitch politics sphere. I'm naive, man. I'm doing the, while I was toiling away at a home healthcare job, Andrew took a chance on himself, which is another thing that I think is so impressive, that he really took a chance on himself and built what he has. And he's one of the biggest streamers, conservative, and I don't mean biggest monetarily. I don't mean biggest viewers. I mean biggest in that even people that you would say arguably have more of a reach than Andrew are literally taking Andrew's philosophy and talking points and running with it. Watch Matt Walsh talk about trans issues or something. That's Andrew. Talk about feminism. That's Andrew. He is saying stuff in the space and has been saying it for 3 years that people now are just willing to say in the mainstream. Andrew Wilson, one day, while I'm doing home health care, working fucking 100 hours a week. I'm not joking you. By the way, I did work 100-hour weeks because I had to be at work 24/7 at least half the week. I did home health care with adults with disabilities. Long story short, not to get into it, I would stream when my sleep shift would start, and I had a really bad day at work. The gentleman that I take care of primarily was having some rough health outcomes, and it looked as if I would probably not be able to continue that line of work anymore. So I was bummed. I was like, fuck. So I did a stream and it's like, hey man, prayers to my client that I take care of because the health is looking very poor. And I was like, I don't know what's going to happen like with my job and shit, but we'll make it work. 5 minutes after I get off stream, Andrew texts me, hey man, you got time for a call? I said, yeah. What's going on? So I talked to him. Here's the thing. There's certain things that you can't talk about on air that you can talk about behind the scenes. So I give him a little more details that I wouldn't be comfortable talking about on air, just the specifics of my job, etc. He's like, come work for the Crucible. And I was like, I don't know, man. Like, he's like, how much would it cost? And I was like, man, my number one duty in the world is to provide for my wife and for my son. And he was like, yeah, well, let's work something out. And we did. And I've been working for the Crucible ever since. But not only that, I was able to stream full-time. And Andrew used to tell me, like, dude, you could make it as a full-time streamer. I'd be like, bullshit. You're just saying that because you're a friend. You're being nice. But he's right. And that changed my life. If tomorrow my channel got demonetized and for whatever reason, Andrew was like, hey, Rob, it's been real, but I've decided my wife and our family we're moving to the Bahamas and living off the grid the rest of our lives. Peace. See ya. Sorry, I can't pay you anymore. You'd never do that. But if that was the case, he's changed my life. I would never forget it. Just having these past 6 months to do things like be able to go to t-ball games with my son, to be home every night, to be able to read to my son every night. When my son was growing up without me. That's what was happening. That, I will never forget that. I will always have Andrew's back. I don't give a fuck, no matter what.
I bet those glasses make you see better.